iPhone 12 leaks and way more information about the launch of this series, and there are a ton of leaks coming out at the moment. And actually, with WWDC just occurred, we actually can have a look at what leaks were true and what leaks were bogus. And there were quite a lot that were bogus. So there were lots of leaks about some possible hardware being launched at WWDC, some possible over-ear headphones, and there was no hardware launched at all. We also got these AirPower leaks recently floating around online, and these have again been confirmed by the original poster, also Mark Gurman from Bloomberg reposting that this is not a prototype of a new AirPower device, just a concept. So guess we'll have to wait a little longer for some sort of wireless charger from Apple. Let's get on to the iPhone 12 phones with way more information about them over the last few days. So last week there were a lot of CAD leaks, both images online and drawings leaked as well. And these were actually CAD renders from case makers, factories in China that try and get this information and make cases and models as early as possible so they can be the first to launch cases for the new iPhone 12 series. First, we got these really crude metal duds that we can see and some other ones, but now we're getting into far more complex models of the phones. These factories are getting them right in terms of the actual size, the dimensions, and the outer shape. So confirmed are those flat sides, just like the iPhone 4. We can also see the size differences of the 3 different sizes that we're gonna get. 4 different phones, 3 different sizes. So we have a 5.4 inch, a 6.1 inch, and a 6.7 inch here. And you can see the size differences between them. This 5.4 inch phone is really interesting, a really small form factor in 2020. Most phones are huge. This is really, really tiny, and even compared to the other phones, this is an interesting phone for sure. The base model, the iPhone 12, brand new A14 chipset, OLED screen rumored, but a tiny form factor. It could well be really, really popular. Also, something else to note about these duds that have been made by a couple of factories in China. The green color, according to rumors, is disappearing this year that we got in the iPhone 11 models. Yep, we'll be getting a midnight blue color this year to replace the green, according to leaks from a few people like Max Weinbach. Also, a really interesting difference is the base model, obviously the cheapest model this year, is going to be the smallest phone. And that's a change for Apple. The iPhone 11, the cheapest model in the bunch, was actually a bigger smartphone than the iPhone 11 Pro. And this had to do with maybe the screen, because the iPhone 11 was an LCD screen. It just has to be slightly bigger and bulkier than an OLED display. So now switching to OLED on all of these phones, it means the cheapest model will be the smallest model once more. Also, some information from Ice Universe on the screens of the 120Hz, and this is really interesting. And he's saying that actually it is really touch and go whether 120Hz will make its way to the iPhone 12 series this year. So a while back we had all of those rumors saying, yes, it's definitely happening. Well, it's somewhere in between that. Other information from XDA developers and Max Weinbach tell us that the 120Hz screens are being tested by Apple, but they still haven't got the go-ahead. Actually, further to this now, just yesterday, Ice Universe saying that it really is touch and go whether 120Hz will make it to any of the phones this year, which is very worrying. 120Hz would be such an amazing feature in these phones. I really, really hope it gets there. But from what he's saying, he says that a couple of sources he's speaking to aren't exactly very gung-ho on it actually reaching the phones. So this is touch and go, definitely a really big feature in those phones. I hope it comes. I guess we'll have to wait and see for some confirmation. Also in Apple news, confirmation from a renowned analyst, Ming-Chi Kuo, that Apple will be releasing an update, a 3rd generation of AirPods in the first half of next year. This will be the update to the cheaper model, the AirPods, not the AirPods Pro. Designs as yet unknown, so we don't know if they're going to be changing maybe to look a bit more like the Pros and have some silicone ear tips, or whether they will stay like they are now. We've heard other rumors that suggest Apple want to actually reduce the price of the entry-level AirPods to make them ubiquitous and affordable for all of their users. It's obviously a big opportunity for them to sell more, but we'll have to wait and see. It looks like H1 2020 will be seeing some new AirPods, some entry-level, hopefully cheaper AirPods. That is it for all your tech news today in the Apple world. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.